Craig Richey is more than just a YouTuber. My guy runs his own businesses, one in apparel and a training app. He also was the British weightlifting champion a few years back and is now prepping to go compete again in a few weeks.
We're gonna go see how he trains,
welcome to my spot, welcome to my crib,
what makes him tick, and face a few demons of our own.
Okay. Roll the footage.
Good morning. This is actually breakfast. We're eating beans. Beans on toast. Craig's saying this is the most British shit you can do right here. What are your thoughts?
From your stories.
It is good. It's quite lovely.
My kids would rate it like this. This is the thumbs up and this is like the decibel.
Okay.
You know what I mean? This is a 10.
Good gauge.
We're like a 9.7.
The two staples I think anyone should ever take is creatine and beta-alanine. Both build-up products. This one helps buffer lactic acid. The creatine helps ATP production in the muscles.
Code team to check out.
Use code team to check out.
Code team.
If I was like to anyone, recommend two supplements, creatine and beta-alanine.
Got it.
Consistently.
Do you do it every day?
Every day.
Okay.
Beta-alanine itself, you know, people like it before training because it gives you the tingles, but actually that's not where you get the sports performance. You get the sports performance from beta-alanine from the build-up of taking it consistently. So like people like that tingle so that they feel like, okay, it's working, and like you get the little itch, the scratch, and you feel like, oh, that's making me better, but actually it makes no difference. It's just you need to consistently take it.
Same with creatine.
Same with creatine. I go for 0.1 grams per pound of body weight with creatine, but a lot of people just say 5 grams is enough. But I feel like the research is up and down with it, so.
Oh, you dry scoopy? Mm-hmm. Oh, double.
If you were like, all right, let's drop a pin in the middle of England, you'd probably be in the rough area of where we are now. It's an hour away from where I grew up. It's a vibe. It's very chill.
This guy, he needs some more English cultural stuff. Like, he didn't realize that.
I am cultured, bro.
He thought I was Amish, okay? Not cultured.
He didn't know that freezing in the UK was 0 degrees.
That is wild. It makes so much more sense. Guess what boiling is? 100. Yeah, I went to elementary school, so I learned that.
Yeah, you did it. What is boiling in?
100. 100.
No, for us.
Oh, for us. 212?
Your own country?
212.
Is it 212?
Yeah.
I love how he has to question it a little bit though. He's like, 212.
No, he Googled that. He Googled that.
He's like, I think so, but I'm not 100%.
I know freezing's 32.
This is the best feeling on earth. Like the writing down, the getting in the zone of the day. I never used to understand when people would just come in and just start. You know, like I need that 10, 15 minutes of like, right, I'm writing it down, I'm getting in the mental zone, this is what I'm gonna smash. I'm like writing this excited. My hands are killing me, but the rest of me is great.
Some constantly snatching and
Yeah,
on the
it's
barbell.
just like in here.
See that, yeah.
He's showing off to Jazz. He's saying, look at the stuff I work.
Jazz, look, I've been working on my glute.
Oh!
Hurt my eye.
Jazz is blushing a little bit. Parking all that wagon, just double cheeked up on it. What's the name?
It's hump day, dog.
You guys plan this?
Yeah, dude, I hustled up.
You tape the hands like that, huh?
I never used to, but now that skin is so tender. I woke up in the middle of the night and it was burning. I'm like, man, I can't keep doing this to myself.
So Craig has a lifting competition coming up in I think 3 to 4 weeks. So we're gonna do a day of training and see how it goes with him. We're not gonna use his weights though. We're not trying to keep up.
Yeah.
We're just trying to look good.
His are written in kilos, and we're just going to take that as pounds.
Yeah, American weights. But he's also gonna give us some coaching cues on how to improve our lifts. He doesn't know that yet. He's finding that out behind me right now.
I does know. I already knew that. I was coming into today knowing that I'm gonna help.
Let's go. This is one of his favorite warm-ups. After the GOWOD, you do 10 of these.
Don't pull with them arms. Lead with the shoulders.
Were you self-taught? Is this like
Yeah, but I also have a coach.
Okay.
So it's a mix of both. I mean, I did physiotherapy as a degree. I've always been interested in the way that people move. And then obviously I look at how the best in the world move and I try and emulate that. But also I send my coach videos every day and he's like, this is what you can change. So it's a mix of everything.
Currently, I'm training for the British Champs. It's on the 6th of July, so we're just under 4 weeks out.
Snatch, clean and jerk, 3 attempts of each. I won it 2 years ago, yeah. This time around I'm a lot better, but there's 2 other guys that are like, any one of us could win. It just depends on who has a good day.
I loved CrossFit, but like I loved weightlifting a lot. I loved the squatting, I loved the pulling, I loved snatching, clean and jerking. And I was pretty good at it. And I looked at the British records at the time and I was like, you know what, if I actually like commit to this, like I think I can get close to them and like actually compete in this. It's like I could still do it at a CrossFit gym, which is what I love. You know, like I'm still surrounded by my friends at the CrossFit gym who are doing CrossFit. I'm just doing one aspect of it. So I was like, yeah, I'm diving in and I'm going head first, see if I can do well.
A lot of people like to get it into their hip crease so then they can it over, but really you want to get that power transference of the legs through the core with straight arms. So when you extend, you're actually using all the power from your legs, not losing the power with your arms.
And you lose about a kilo or so.
I reckon you would lose a kilo every freaking 5 centimeters you lose that arm, minimum. Snatch pulls, clean pulls. Both of them, they have pull in the name, but actually it's a push off the floor. I see so many people in the box, they're like, right, here we go. Pull, right?
Yeah.
You're doing it wrong. You'll hit a point where your strength will limit you. What you want to focus on when you get into this start snatch position, feet shoulder-ish width apart, feet out, bar touching shins, chest over, but then I want you to figure out where your chest almost faces the wall. You want to lock in that upper back. Because if you're here, if you let go of the bar, like you should be that locked in before you drive, and you wouldn't get that if you were pulling.
You lose the lift from the ground. You don't build a foundation of a house, there's no point putting a house on it, right? So the pull is a very important strength building exercise. And it's your foundation to starting and creating a good snatch or clean and jerk. Snatch pulls we built up to like 100% and then a couple of reps after that. Getting comfortable with that barbell weight in your hands so you don't get scared when you pull off the floor.
Is this the way you're pulling in a competition?
This is my goal snatch. So far I've snatched 147, so 3 kilos shy of this.
Okay.
But trying to add every kilo after that is a lot of work. With injuries and setbacks and stuff, it's like been a bit of a roller coaster. But I know this will happen next couple of months.
Hey, I believe it.
I believe
Same.
So coming from like a CrossFit background, now you're doing obviously a lot more Olympic stuff. Do you get bored of doing the same thing or do you enjoy that?
I love it. It looks the same, but you can always be technically better. And I like the monotonous building strength. Like if you just love squatting all the time, it's that focus of like, oh, I really want to squat this number, and then you like get there and you're like, oh, if I keep working and keep progressively overloading, I'm going to hit this number and then I'm going to hit this number. It's the same thing with weightlifting, it's just you don't get the variety.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, if I keep working I can snatch this, and then I can snatch this, and if I keep working on technique and strength over time I'll snatch this. That's what keeps me going. Competing for me hasn't been a thing that I'm like, oh, I really want to compete. I've just set the goals of I want to snatch 150 or 330 pounds. I want to clean and jerk 180 kilos or 396 pounds. And that's what I'm in the gym every day to do. Competing is just like a side thing where I'm like, I probably should compete, but it's more the fact of like, I'm competing with myself every day to get those numbers.
So this is actually 102% of what I snatched in my PR weight.
Nice.
It's right around where you want to be, right?
Yeah. Head up, chest up, shoulders rolled back. Drive. Boom. There you go. Nice. Don't let them arms pull. Lock in even more. Roll them shoulders back, head up. Yes, there you go, drive. Yes.
My thumbs!
Way better than when he started. With weightlifting, a lot of the time people do stress with the weight when they're pulling off the floor, thinking this is too heavy, I can't do this. And when you build and program that over time to be stronger and stronger in pulling off the floor, you'll be like, I can do this. I don't even have to snatch this. I don't want to snatch this. I just want to make it feel good off the floor.
So just singles now.
Yep, until your form breaks down, which it already has, so.
Great.
We should. Actually felt really good. Chest up, head up, lock it in. Yeah. Yeah. Woo! Yeah, you can get under that shit so easy.
I feel good.
You might even power that, to be honest, today.
Really?
With the way that's moving, yeah.
All right, man. I just need someone to believe in me.
You could be the slowest person moving off the floor, but if you're in the right position when it's above the knee, that's where you give it everything.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people mentally miss the lift because when they're driving off the floor, they're like, this is too heavy, I can't do this. Rather than trusting when they drive, they're like, okay, I'm in the right position here. Right, let's explode. Trusting yourself in the bottom portion, committing the fuck out of it and giving it everything in the upper half.
Okay, so what did we just move on to?
Clean pulls. So, same as snatch, just in a clean position. You see how he instantly wants to pull like this? I want you to almost think, push my arms away, right? So I want my arms to be long. Not that your shoulders come forwards, but I want you to push with your legs a little bit so your arms are pretty much as long as they can be. Okay. So you have no arm involvement, it's all legs.
Gotcha.
No biceps here. Same thing with the clean weights, built up to 100%, just did a couple of doubles. There you go. That's the aggression I wanted on that
That's the aggression.
Pull. Nice. Go. We have a very set routine at the moment each week, which is block stuff on Monday, which is full block snatches, block clean and jerks, working on the second half of the lift.
Oh. Jesus. Whoa! How you put it next to something small.
That's a fucking man.
We're just getting some video.
Playing cool for me.
Putting on Jazz's leggings.
Your leggings?
Yeah. I put some on that were a bit too big and hitting the bar with my thing is not enjoyable at all.
Yeah, keep the chicks in the hen house.
Keep the boys in the room.
Oh yeah, that's too heavy.
Not too heavy.
Tuesday is big pulls off the floor, so you're working on the first part of the lift, then I'll rest Wednesday.
Better. Nice. Yeah, that's not too heavy.
Thursday's a big day where I'll just do full lifts of snatch and clean and jerk, and Friday I just focus on jerks. So it's like you segment each part.
What are we moving on to?
Powers. The fun part, the explosive part. We've done the strength building portion now, the positional strength, the confidence bit, the main part of the session. Now it's just being fast and maintaining that same positional strength into a power position. You know, we see a lot of people in CrossFit, they go, if you couldn't snatch in that position, your power is in the wrong position. So when you do a snatch, that's where you should have the power. And if you missed it, you're riding into the bottom position. No difference between a power snatch and a full snatch other than the height of the catch. Feet should be in the same position, everything else should be in the same position.
Dude, you should just create a GIF of yourself from just here to here. And you just send in emails.
Here's an
It's
email.
a signature.
Yeah, it's a signature.
His signature's just a gif of him going.
GIF of him, just to let him know.
Nice, that was your best one.
I'm a YouTuber that has a good hobby in lifting. I love CrossFit, I love the athletes, I love making behind the scenes, and I own a clothing brand, Hustle Made, which for me embodies I've hustled to create what I've made with my life.
242 pounds.
242 freedom pounds.
Did you just say that with an American accent?
Yeah.
Right now, especially leading up to the British Champs, and this past year I've had a dietitian, so it's completely changed the game for me. It's about fueling for each session and being on the ball with that, as well as maintaining my weight.
Can't park there, sir, but you can snatch there, sir. Drive. You did not set in that bottom position. You like went to, and then you just went, nah, I'm just gonna pull it. Like, you just went, all bad habits. All bad habits just came back then. Yes, boy. That was way better. Yeah.
Let's look at the
On my diet every day at the moment, we have 2 big meals. Plus at night I have 80 grams of berries. Plus my post-workout I have 100 grams of berries. Don't work with animals, right? Hey.
Or children.
That was all right. Wasn't the best. That little step forward annoys the fuck out of me.
You know what the craziest thing for me was? Fiber cup.
Bar was so far away at the start. Might as well have been back at my house.
I lost 3.5 kilos in 24 hours from just cutting fiber.
Fun.
I'll snatch Jules.
Thanks, bro.
This year for me was different when I said I was going to compete.
Lock everything in and then drive. Don't pull.
Yes.
Last year I had a really tough mental year where it was like I was in my own head. I had bouts of depression. You wouldn't see it from the outside because I was making videos here and there and I was just like keeping the flow of it and trying to be still present in the time, but Jazz can vouch for it that I probably had the worst year of my life last year. You're walking around and you feel like you're kind of not in your own body, but you're so inside that it hurts. And
The trouble is you get like tunnel vision and you get so obsessively focused on one thing that you can't see that life is actually fine around it and you're just so hard on yourself. You like self-destruct.
But then when you're obsessive and you're very focused to that then becomes a thing, so when you're in your own head, you become more obsessed about being in your own head.
Oh, I was there.
I was like, it will end eventually, hopefully, like I'll just keep going, you know, like the we don't quit mentality, I'll just keep next day, but it's like, I didn't expect to cry today. Me.
You know, I didn't have the no misses program today. I missed on 2 lifts, both of them. But I'm happy with that. That's 245.
You know what I'm impressed about? He just did that twice. In the open, we had the same weight.
Yeah, I couldn't hit it, but that was different. In the open, we did this in the quarterfinals. We had that workout against Jeffrey Adler, heard of him? Yeah. And we had done like 100 box step-ups before. So very different body type that day. But yeah, I did a double there. Felt good.
You got it.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man. That's a win. It's a dub.
Every day you train is a win, right?
How'd that all go?
Good. No misses again. I pride myself on not missing in training and knowing how my body feels. I'm very Phil. Do you remember that? You know, like from the interview. Towards the end, I was getting a bit tired on the power clean jerks, but just still hit them. So that was a great day.
So for context, what is it? It's 3:30 right now. We got here at what time?
Just after 12. So with the warm up and everything, usually it takes me about 3 hours.
Okay.
Where it doesn't look like it should take 3 hours.
No.
But when you're trying to be super intense with every single set, that's just what happens. But also there's only so much your body can do. Like now, I'm tired. Like I can't train again in terms of weightlifting or strength stuff. I can do some mobility stuff at home, but like that's it a day. 3 hours of like super intense, super focused, move well, look good, try your best.
Are you saying like look good in terms of movement or just look good in life?
Yeah, no, movement.
Because you look great.
Say if I clean and jerked 180 really badly, but then I clean and jerked 175 really clean, I would 100% post 175.
Okay.
Because I feel like the art of weightlifting is beautiful. If you talk to any weightlifter, it's movement over weight, but a lot of people pride weight over movement. But if you get movement good, over time, the weight comes.
Artiste, amateur, you know what I mean?
Yeah. We're finger painting over here.
Yeah, we're finger painting.
Playing with Play-Doh.
Shout out to the Whoops. We're gonna go over our weightlifting strain with Mr. Craig Richey. I was a 4.1 activity strain. You know, you don't really get your heart rate up a ton, so it doesn't really calculate a lot of your strain, but I feel like I put in a lot of effort.
First of all, I started the day at 96%.
Really?
Yeah.
We've been traveling.
96%.
I can't believe
The total load for that was a 6.6 strain. But shout out to the Butter Gang.
Who are we talking to?
I got Allison Stuckless. She's one of the top strain people of today. She's 45, out of California, has an average day strain of 19.5.
That's an average.
And then number 2 is weightlifting, which is what we did today. Allison, slide in my DMs on Instagram, and we're gonna hook you up with Podium's brand new summer flavors.
Oh,
at least one of them.
Good come up for you. That concludes the Whoop in the Butter Gang? Yes.
But if you want to use Whoop, use the link in the description. They'll get you hooked up.
And that concludes.
So what's happening here?
Okay, so we've got 2 tests to do today. One of them is going to be a head-to-head. Heber and Mars, you guys are going to do a time trial to see who can save a casualty the fastest.
Oh. I'm up for the challenge.
Oh.
Let's go.
How do you two know each other?
He owns the gym, but we just train together all the time.
Okay, so you're like long friends.
Best friends. Best friends.
What we've actually got behind you, that's a burning building, okay? There's a fire in there, and there's a full adult-sized dummy that you're going to have to find and drag out. There's also a sort of side task that I'd really like to see someone do. As part of this job, when you do your entry tests, we have to do a claustrophobia test.
That's Jules.
No, absolutely not. Bullshit.
There's no way I'm fucking doing that. You see how they just throw me there? Like, they get you to do the cool shit and I have to do claustrophobia tests? Absolutely not.
I mean, if you two are doing this one, then surely...
I mean, switch this up.
You gotta
Switch this
do
up
it.
right now.
So you're going to go one at a time, so you'll be blindfolded. So the technique that we're going to use is known as the firefighter's shuffle. You're going to stick to your left-hand wall all the way until you find the casualty. You need to sweep in front of you with this foot. So as you move forward, you're checking that you're on the wall, you're checking that there's no holes in the floor, and then you also need to make sure that there's nothing dangling down that could get you snagged up. So you need to be doing this. So this is what it's going to look like.
Yeah, that's a good looking dance. Yeah, all right. That's a move. A little discoteca.
When you find the casualty, you then go right hand to the right hand wall, and that's going to bring you exactly the same way back out.
I guess Mars got the camera. I'll set the time to beat. Let's go. What did you go first on last time? Oh, the squat challenge. This is because of the squat challenge. You look like an idiot on that.
You're going to put on all this kit, which you're going to find is pretty heavy.
I just want to like push you down a flight of stairs right now.
And gets you a little bit sweaty, maybe.
Okay.
And then you're going to have our breathing apparatus on.
How's the breathing? Asthma?
It's hard.
How much coming on?
Yeah, protect your head.
I can see why women get turned on with dudes in uniforms. I mean, you look fucking cool, bro.
Timer's going to start in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Yeah, that's it. Time's ticking, body's burning.
All right, so Hebe's in there right now. I'm kind of left out here in the dark, or in the light, I guess. Sounds like he's running into stuff.
When this year came around, I was like, I want to do something scary and I want to set myself up to work hard I didn't think I was going to compete again, but I was like, I'm just going to do it. And put myself in a scary place, but also somewhere that like I can control the outcome. It's the amount of effort that I'm going to put in, the amount of focus that I'm going to put in, how I set myself up every day to succeed in what I'm doing.
What's up, dude?
He just put a knee on his head and body. Just dragging a human by the ankle.
This isn't the way that we're taught
to
take a human out.
I take it.
You're back at the fallen wall that you crawled through. If you walk forward, there, right hand on the right wall, that'll get you out.
It's been several minutes. I haven't really heard much, but I did walk around this corner and see that. Little bit spooky.
Hero stuff, he's done.
12:55.
12:55, okay.
Oh, that's hard.
You lost in there, buddy?
A little bit, yeah. I lost track of where I was going. I was like, I started going backwards.
Was that like equivalent to 31 squats? Like there?
We'll see.
I'm about to go 106. You know what I mean?
No, he's not. That's a reference to a previous episode. Go watch it. It's really good.
It was just like I was doubting myself because I was like, I'm going the wrong direction. Yeah. But I can't make sense of what I've just done.
Honestly, I was expecting a little faster from Hebes, to be honest. He was very deliberate. I think he was gonna be a little faster with it.
But they were saying like a good time's like around 8 to 10 minutes.
So I'm 20% off that.
That's not that bad.
And when we're doing it, we're not rushing. It's not going in like real quick, because if you go too fast, you're going to start breathing really heavy, and then you're going to have even less time on the air. A little computer thing here beeps at you to tell you that you've used half of your air. Then you've got to make a decision, haven't you? You're halfway in. Do you turn around and come out, or are you still going to carry on looking?
It's a hero's decision.
I will sadly, there's still time. Might do some self-preservation and be like, hey, well, let me go refill my tank. I'll come back in.
Oh yeah. Feels like camera gear to me.
It's hard to breathe, bro.
We'll see you in about 10 minutes.
Hey, about. Oh, yeah.
Got this.
To be honest, like a win for me this year is just competing, being on the stage and bringing whatever I've put together. My favorite quote is, "Today is a gift," from the Kung Fu Panda movie. You look at it in a different perspective. It's like, what can I take away today that was a win? You know, even if it was just turning up at the gym or just going out on a walk, doing one little thing that's positive. Even if 90% of it is negative, doesn't matter. Take the win and run with that.
Time.
Hey, Shoppe.
What was the time on that, huh?
Yeah, what was the time?
4:54.
Oh.
They said a good time was 8 to 10.
You're
in good hands.
Yeah.
You know?
He started using his left hand too.
Yeah, you
It
smashed it,
worked.
still got
You
out.
smashed it. You're carrying him completely by his neck and then his head. Just,
I'd normally say, yeah, it's wrong, but you got out, so it's right.
Okay, what's the next test?
Claustrophobia test.
Okay, what's that consist of?
I can't say, because part of the test is not knowing what you're about to face.
Okay, perfect.
So we can all go have a look.
All right.
Whilst you're getting ready.
Bloody fucking hell. Are you serious? I'm properly scared.
The hardest bit about the test is the fact that you don't know what you're going into. So your mind starts thinking, what is this? How long is it going to take me to get through this, or anything like that? So you don't actually know.
Which is what you'll face when you go into houses and other things. That it's the unknown.
Yeah. So when you look at it, you're going to be thinking, that looks a bit easy, but trust me, it's hard. So he's going to crawl through there. Oh. But you know, because he's got the tank on his back, you can't. The only way you can get through is with your arms straight out overhead and you're pulling with your hands and your fingers. You can't bend your elbows, there's not enough space, you can't lift your head up.
They would throw the biggest, heaviest buffalo top in the smallest hole possible.
On a stress level of 1 to 10 right now, how stressed are you feeling?
Right now, about a 7.5, but it's a steep climb. It's climbing high to about an 8.
He doesn't know what's coming.
I'm going to put your hands on something, so you're going to go arms straight out ahead of you. So it's arms, then helmet, and then the rest of you.
And then how long do I go?
Until you finish. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
I don't know what.
You don't have traction.
Oh.
It's true, you don't. It's really slick in.
Find traction, bro.
Honestly, I think probably my favourite video, and it's got actually the most views, is the one that I did with Fraser at his house. When I was a fan of the sport, you know, like Fraser was this dominant, like, king in the sport. When he invited us to come to his house and make a video, I was like, "Dave!" So I like tried my best to make the best video I could. And yeah, I'm proud of that one.
Come on, keep going, you're good, you're good.
It's got, well, how many views now?
1.5 million maybe.
And how many views does your channel have at this point?
We have just passed 130 million views, I think. Maybe 135 million, which is wild, isn't it?
Can you help me?
You really want help? Because you're doing great, you're doing really well, you're nearly there.
Jules, just come in my voice.
Yeah, you're nearly there.
I can't drive out to me.
You can, you're doing great, you're still moving. Nearly there.
Yeah.
3:14.
Oh, I could not move.
Well done, pass the test.
I heard a little bit of panic in your voice there.
I was.
It was a small moment.
I was like, dude, there's no way if I like have to go
backwards.
Backwards, or 20 yards more.
Did it feel longer than that?
It felt way longer than that, bro.
I honestly thought at one point we were just gonna hear like a
I felt like Shawshank Redemption. I felt like Andy Dufresne in there. But it was like, there's no getting out. I'm freaking out. I'm not built for this shit.
You're gonna go next?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it.
Okay.
I wanna feel life, you know?
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. He knows he could get out, because if my big body ass could get through, then you know he can.
Let's go. Hands straight out. So this is all about your toes and your fingers. If you need to take the gloves off, you can. Small movements. I'll give it a little.
I didn't, what? What? Oh, you cheat. I didn't get that. You didn't track it. I was too heavy.
The toughest part of YouTube is the fact that I put pressure on myself to create good content for people. If I don't work and do these things, I don't exist anymore. You're not relevant, no one cares. I think it's a mental battle of always needing to create, but like I love creating too. It's a blessing and a curse.
I know. I know what you're feeling, but you can't park here.
Can't park here, mate.
Enjoy.
Jules can do it.
Thanks, Dad. Thank you, appreciate that. Yeah, Jules can do it. Fuck. That buffalo top ass. Yeah, you can too.
Yeah,
help?
Yeah, I'm good. You have to get me out.
Come on, bro, you're nearly here. Let's do it. Come on.
Yeah.
Fingertips and toes. Let's go. Yes. Again. Come on. Again. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on.
I'm not moving. Yeah, please help.
Come on.
Yeah.
Holy freaking hell.
Yeah.
That was terrifying.
Yeah.
Twice as long.
Have a look how.
It's probably like 2 feet.
Have a look how far it is.
Holy yeah, I'll look at it in a second. I'm so tired right now. That's what you mean about no traction. Nice job, Jules.
Yeah, no traction.
I got like a splitting headache. I was like, I'm moving, but I'm not moving anywhere. Okay, that's about as long as I was envisioning.
Yeah, I mean, you should take this to the job corps and be like, hey, try this. Now do you want to be a fireman? What the fuck? Oh, buddy, I just want to call my mom and say thank you. I just went through another birth canal.
I've never tapped out of anything in my life. Like someone pushed me halfway through, or into it.
They pushed
halfway.
They pushed me far away. And then, like from that point forward, I felt like I moved in a foot.
I know what it looks like right now. It's much bigger in person when you're in it. I promise you, it feels bigger once you're in it, you know? Like it's long.
So this is what I get for losing. A nice little hose down. I have a migraine like I've never experienced.
You got a migraine in that time?
Yeah.
Is this a bad time to say? One game win streak.
Beautiful backyard. This is the news station, yeah?
Then I have the wall of memories, the We Don't Quit wall, with Sporky, because Sporky wanted to quit, but he didn't.
Sporky?
Yeah, you remember off Toy Story? He's a vibe. This is my wall of memories. I've just got one more memory to fill at the moment.
What do we got to do to make ourselves
true,
What do we got to do?
I'd never thought I'd ride dirt bikes with Matt Fraser, which honestly, you know, when being a CrossFit fan and whatever, when you first started, I'm like, damn, that's got to be on the memory board. And then this is where we're in Vegas with Red Bull. They let us in the garage. We never thought that would be a thing.
The Red Bull garage, it was probably one of the coolest experiences I've ever had. That was so unexpected. It's not even within the CrossFit sport. I'm just like, damn, they're putting us in here because I make some videos? Damn, okay.
Then I got my little action figures.
This is dope.
Yeah.
Look at my man. Look good.
They only had it at the Vegas Grand Prix with a collaboration with New Balance. So I had to snag one because I was like, damn, that's cool. This was obviously the Kansas City Championship Super Bowl one from this year. Oh, and this. I think this is the most meaningful thing in this room right now. I think it's Chinese culture. You basically buy one of these at the start of the year, and when you make a goal, you colour in one eye. And when you hit that goal, you colour in the other eye. So it sits there as a reminder that your goal is like being worked on.
What's your other goal?
I can't tell you, so it won't happen. When you see that coloured in the back of a video one day, you're like, damn, he's done it.
Some days I wish I had.
Biscuit tea is the best tea, so it tastes and, well, it smells like biscuits have been dunked in it.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's a very British thing to do, you have tea and biscuits.
Oh man.
This is what happens when you get collies. They just have all the energy. She's more high maintenance. She wants you to play tug of war, whereas the other one's just like, bull. Fine. She's like, I want you to chase me. See? Two very different personalities.
Who's the bigger dog?
Carla.
I'm saying like you or Craig. Like, are you the dog leader?
Just who's the softest? Me.
He's the softest.
Well, somebody's got to have some authority.
I wouldn't go get a dog, but when Jazz was like, I'm gonna go look at a dog, I'm like, if you come home with one, I ain't gonna be mad. And she was like, we'll get another one. And I'm like, if you come home with one, I ain't gonna be mad. You know?
Yeah.
And then when I see them, I love them more than anything in the world. I think Jazz is more motherly, I'm more soft.
Oh, it's the pinky up.
For the queen. Is there a queen?
The anthem now is God Save the King.
God Save the King?
Yeah.
Oh. Cheers, boys. Cheers, boys. For the king.
Oh shit!
Welcome to my spot. Welcome to my crib.
Fiddles and diddles.
Welcome back, Marston. We live 15-minute drive from Batman's house. And he's a Batman fan, so we...
This is Christopher Nolan's film. This is where Christian Bale's Batman grew up.
It's a magnificent building.
You've been here before?
Yeah, many times.
What do you think?
It's cool. There's a lot of windows. Like, think about the window cleaning in the early 1800s or whatever that was built. Yeah.
They didn't have Windex back then.
Yeah, who's wiping that down?
So it's just short of 500 years old. It's like 450 years old.
Dude, that's older than our whole country. Our entire country is less years old than our crib.
Okay, Craig, we like to have a star student on the show. And so you ran us through the Olympic lifts today, and you need to award one of the three of us who's the star student of today.
Mars.
Oh, wow. But why?
Yeah, but why?
I just think the technical difference from the start to the end was the cleanest.
Oh, yeah, that means me and Heber were a little more polished.
Already going into it. Yeah, that's a win for me. I'm going to take that as a win. Yeah, up top. Let's go.
I'll take it. I'll be the star student. Thanks, Craig. Appreciate that.